Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited Thoughts and Opinions with me, your host, Naledi Masipa. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys have had a great week, like the weekday. I hope it was productive. I hope that your weekend is going to be great. Exams are over, December's here. It's on Sunday. And for non South African listeners, December is a very big deal in South Africa. Okay, December is here. The month of fun is here. I hope you guys have caught up on all the previous episodes. If you haven't, go catch up. And now that we've checked on you, let's go through our little checklist. Now, let's start with the YouTube channel because this podcast is available on Spotify and YouTube. So, YouTube viewers, have you subscribed? Have you turned on your post notification bell? If you haven't, just quickly go do that. It'll take you 2 seconds. And then to the Spotify listeners, I hope you're pressing the follow button. I hope you're following this podcast page. I hope you guys are following along. I hope you guys are liking. Please comment anything that you guys want to hear from me for both viewers and listeners. Anything that you would like to hear from me, talk about, give advice on, because I could give advice. You guys could give me scenarios on anything that's going on maybe in your life, and you could want some advice because, hey, these are unsolicited thoughts and opinions. We're talking about any kind of thought and I'm going to give any kind of opinion. So please feel free. And you know how you could do that? If you followed the socials, my socials, Instagram and TikTok, the podcast socials, Instagram and TikTok. On the podcast socials, you get everyday quotes, good dose of motivation, good daily dose of motivation. And on my TikTok, you get daily poetry. So if you want to listen to some of that, just for a little 2 minutes out of your day, most of them aren't even 2 minutes. I feel like 2 minutes, none of them have actually reached 2 minutes. So like a minute and a half of your day just to listen to a cute little this is poetry moment. Please click the links down in the description boxes below. When I say boxes, I'm referring to both YouTube and Spotify, but please click all the links in the description box below because that's where they all are. All social links are in the description box below. Press the follow button after you've pressed those links because it'll direct you right to the page. Now that we've done all that cute stuff, today we're going to talk about something I have been meaning to talk about because I asked one of my sisters what they would like for me to talk about on this podcast, and they were like dating as a 20-year-old, because I'm 20, as a 20-year-old in this Gen Z era of ours. And the title is very fitting when I say falling knights because there are no more knight in shining armors. We just have knights in, I don't even know. We just don't have knights. We have jokers. And I mean it. I really do. But before I get into that whole spiel about, we're just going to talk about it in general. And definitely I'm going to be talking about it from my experience. Duh. Because whose other experience, there we go, do I know other than my own? So let's start it with, when did I do this? There was something that I did, which was pray to God. I forgot what happened and I forgot when this happened, but it was definitely in high school. And I think it was when I got my feelings hurt by my crush or something. Yeah, I think so. But there was a time, some point in my life in high school, where I just sat with God and I was just like, God, something must have defeated me, like for me to say this to the Lord. But I was like, God, and I meant it wholeheartedly. I was like, God, I give my life to you. I put my love life in your hands. Like I put it in his hands because I was like, in my hands, everything was in shambles. Everything is in shambles. So I was just like, Jesus, take the wheel. So that changed a whole lot in my love life, I would think. Also, another thing that I also want to start with saying is the fact that I am a Christian girl. I consider myself a woman slash child of God. So my goal every day is just to at least try deepen my roots within God. And that's very important because the more I realize this pretty recently actually, but the more I seem to deepen my roots within God and be closer to him or as close to him as I can, finding my identity in him, in who he says that I am and not what the world would say, that has very much helped me realize my worth and how valuable and precious I am. Like, I think of myself very highly. I hope it's not conceit and I hope it's not cockiness, but I would definitely consider it confidence. I think very highly of myself and I think of myself as a very valuable, oh my gosh, human being. So I just feel like not everyone's going to have me. Not everyone's going to have me. And those that do have me are the ones that I feel are worthy, in quotes. But people that I feel that I'm attracted to on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all that stuff. And just people that are for me, because sometimes some people aren't for you, they're not your people, and that's okay. But with me realizing my worth more and more and thinking that, like, Naledi, you're the sugar honey iced tea. I'm trying not to sway. I'm going through this phase in life where I'm really trying not to sway, but I'm the sugar honey iced tea. Take the first letters of those words and will spell out the word that I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm the sugar honey iced tea. I am the starter, the main course, and dessert, honey. And when I realize that more and more every day, because not even I think, I love myself. That's also another thing that I feel like plays a part in this whole dating game is I love myself. So I know what I want. And also with loving myself, you must also know yourself. So establish your boundaries, establish your non-negotiables, what you like, what you're attracted to. There was this thing that I forgot what it was called, but it's some kind of like pizza analogy where it's like you have certain ingredients to make a pizza. You have the dough, you have the sauce, and then you have the cheese, and then you have the toppings. Okay. So they say when it comes to thinking of the kind of person that you want to be with or what your standard is or the kind of person you want to date, marry, whatever, think of it like a pizza. So the things that you would need in that. So the dough would be like you want respect in the relationship. The sauce is you want so like the dough is like the foundational things that you want in the relationship, the respect, the love, the honesty, all that good stuff. And then the sauce is other things that you would want in that relationship. So like you want him to, I don't know, you want him to be healthy, good at sports or something. I don't know. But then the toppings are just like little miscellaneous things that you don't really need, but you would like to have in a man. For example, nice teeth. You can be with someone who doesn't have nice teeth because teeth are fixable. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just know your kind of pizza, know your kind of people, know yourself and what you like. Okay. So now that I've said all those things, I gave my love life to God. Because I was so sick of men. The ones that I was choosing, at least. Oh man, I was just seeing I wasn't making the right choices, and I don't want to put my heart through unnecessary pain or unnecessary experiences, good or bad. And in fact, I would rather just have the people that I either need for character development or somebody that's just like my one, like that's the person I'm meant to be with, whether in that moment of time or for the rest of my life. Again, my love life is in God's hands, so I literally pray about every kind of boy that comes into my life. I'm like, okay, so he's here. What is he doing here? Is he just here to take me out on a date? Is he here to show me something? Is he here to teach me a lesson? Is he here to develop my character? I can't help it. It's literally just the way that I think, but it doesn't like consume me where I'm literally thinking these things like every day. I literally just pray and leave it in the hands of the Lord. That's what you do when you pray and leave something in the hands of the Lord. You leave it there. You don't take it back into your own hands and start worrying about it again. But anyway, after I've given my love life to the Lord, and I've started realizing my worth. Guys haven't been that appealing whatsoever. Um, because nowadays that the dating game is so rigged. It's so rigged. It's so catastrophic. It's not cute. And that's why I'm so glad my love life is in God's hands, because it's like that catastrophe is not entering my life, like at all. I rebuke that. But it's all about sex and money. And I say that because for myself, I'm a very curvaceous, gorgeous girly, right? So a lot of men are lustful. Well, the men that have approached me, most of them are very lustful. Like they just see me and they just like, I'm trying to do something with you, do something sexual with you. So men, they look at me like I'm their piece of meat, is how I feel, and they just lust over you. Their pride or ego is so big, and then there's social media with micro cheating, which I feel like cheating is just a lack of self control, and it's also greed. Because like, why can't you just be happy with what you have? But the lack of self control and just the way that they're so sexual. That's why I say sex and money, because the money part comes in where I've had men, and my friend has was. Let me actually share my friend's story, because this one will, like, I hope it takes you aback the same way it did for me, and this will encapsulate what I mean when I say sex and money. So my friend was thinking that she was just gonna go on a nice innocent date because this guy's asking her out. He asked for her number, right? Was asking her out and was like basically trying to hang with her, wanted to go for drinks. That's what he led with. He wanted to go out for drinks. But they didn't end up going because he didn't end up texting back. Another thing that niggas don't do, but we'll get to that maybe. Um, but he wanted to take her out for drinks. The drinks never happened. Cool. Then they're texting, and then he's just like blowing up her phone, like texting her all the time. And she's just like, yo, okay, like, what? Like, what? What? Like, what do you want from me? You dished drinks. You did, like, she wasn't like stood up, but it's like, you didn't make that plan happen, you know? But like, you just drink. So, like, what are you doing blowing up my phone? And then he was just like, nah, 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 I'm sorry, but like, I just want you. And then he was like, I'm sorry to say this, but I'll give you like money. And it's like, excuse me, sir? Did you just try prostitution on my friend? That's where the money part comes in. Is because like I think men nowadays think that they could just spoil a girl, maybe take you out on a date. That's the thing. The intention behind it is never genuine. That's what I think I wanted to get to, is that the intention behind the date, mind you, remember, I'm saying date, singular, not even plural. The date or the drink that they buy you or the meal that they give you, it is never with genuine intention to get to know you over that meal or get to know you over that drink or have a good time wherever the activity may be going on. But it's always with the intention of, I'm impressing you and making you happy because I know all the girls want to be taken out. So let me just take you out. And then after, guess where they want to go? Their place. To do what, sir? What are we doing indoors in your home? Take me. You say you want to get to know me? Take me outside. But anyway, he offered her money for sex. That's why I'm saying sex and money. Like, that's what the dating game is now. It's like you're not even now wanting to date me. You just want to me. You just want to Fuck me. I can spell it, but I can't say it. Isn't that crazy? But that's all you want to do. That's all it's been on my end. Again, talking about the majority, but we'll get to the minority. But that's all it is. It's just disingenuous intent to take you out so that you're happy for that moment. And then for payback, guess what you need to do? Well, not need to, but guess what I want you to do? Come back to my place. There was another time, a guy that I had met decided he wanted to take me and my friends out for lunch. Cool. I let him do that. Like, you said you want to do that, let me do that. Then, when I was supposed to be going home, we're in the car. He's supposed to be dropping me off. We've made that establishment that we're going home. Lunch is over, thanks for it, but we're going home. Did this guy not drive in the direction of his place? Like, I saw that we went on the road to like where I live, and I was like, where are we going? I genuinely thought I was getting kidnapped. I basically was, but not really. But actually, yeah, because I didn't want to go there, and he took me there. So he took a different route. He went to his place. No, he was like, he wants to go for drinks and whatnot, whatnot. Cool. We go back. It's me and my friends. We go back. He's sitting in his room quickly, I don't know, doing whatever. And us goes, we want to go home. We want to go home. I go to his room because, like, I want to tell him, like, hi, we want to leave. You know, we're going to leave. And then he starts touching on me. And I was like, this is not what you think it is, sir. And nor will it ever be. Get your hands off me. Cool. We go home. I bump into him randomly when I'm going out with my friends. He sees me and he's like, I know you. You look familiar. And I'm like, you look familiar too. He says his name and I'm like, and then I go to my friend and I'm like, you won't believe who this is. And then insert his name. I'm like, oh, this is blank. And then that whole night, he's just asking me for money. And I'm not my money. He's asking me for my number. It might as well be money. But he was like begging, like, just give me your number. Let's talk again. And then he said something that threw me off. He was like, I took you and your friends out for lunch and you know what you did. And I asked him straight up and I'm like, looking him in his eye and I'm like, what did I do? Crickets. He didn't say anything after that. That to me, if you put two and two together, you know exactly what he meant. What he meant was he took me and my friends out for dinner and I wouldn't sleep with him or anything because he did that. It's like, that's what the dating game is now. You have like people who aren't genuine. People who aren't genuine and so dishonest. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's annoying. I will say that. It's annoying. Another thing I wanted to get to is that men of nowadays, they don't want to court you anymore. They don't want to pursue you anymore, as if it's not their job to do the pursuing. They want to be chased after, and I'm never going to chase after a man. One thing I'm never going to do is never chase after the man, because one thing God has made me realize is I am the missing rib. Okay? Adam needed Eve to help him. Okay? Adam needed Eve, not Eve needed Adam. Adam needed Eve, okay? So it's like, I'm not gonna be. Oh, I think it's the story of Ruth and Boaz.
It was Jacob and Rachel.
I might be wrong. It's a biblical story, but like Boaz was the one who was like a servant for Ruth's dad just to get to Ruth. But it's like, you see what he's doing? He's doing everything for her, like pursuing her, doing everything that he can for her to get her. So it's like, if that's what it's like, if that's the standard, the biblical standard. Again, I'm a woman of God / child of God. So it's like, that's what I'm going to follow, what the Lord says. So if that's what's happening there, why am I ruining the law of nature and chasing after you as the man? No, thank you. Not happening. So another thing I wanted to mention with me going on my little rant was the fact that men want to be chased. Sir, I'm sorry to tell you, but you have to do the pursuing. Period. You want her? Show her that you do. Period. And get her if she likes you too. Period. It's not complicated. It's literally 1 + 1 = 2. You chase. If she is attracted to you, it'll happen. Okay? Period. But men don't want to court you anymore. Like, they just don't want to court you anymore. They don't want to take you out on a date and get to know you over a meal, or take you out for bowling and maybe do an activity together just to get to know each other or be comfortable with each other. They don't want to do that anymore. All they want to do is get in your pants. Oh my gosh. You guys are so full of lust. It's crazy. It's crazy. And when you have money, that goes to your head because you think that's all. Hey, you think that's all there is. That's actually all there is to you. Your money. Without your money, who are you? Ask yourself that maybe for a second. Like, damn, nigga. Just like, find something else. Have a personality. One thing my friend said is, with the kind of guys that she was with, she was like, these men don't have a personality. It's just money to them. And I was like, crazy. But these men don't want to court you anymore. They don't want to take you out for dinner. They don't want to be innocent and cute. Innocence is gone in this day and age. It's gone. Everyone's just lustful, promiscuous people. And it's like, whatever y'all doing, as long as it's consensual and you both agree, that's what it is. Like sneaky links. If you and your sneaky link agree that this is it, this is just a sneaky link, then kudos to you, girl. Go sneak with your link. I mean, go link with your sneaky, whatever. But do what you gotta do. I'm not judging. I'm really not. What I am judging is just the guys who are just like disingenuous. Like, why do you have to be disingenuous and dishonest? One thing I do appreciate is honesty. There was this other guy, before we talk about courting, there was this other guy that I met on campus, and he just full on approached me. He was like, hi, how are you? Can I have your number? Cool. As we were getting to know each other, we were on a call, and then he was like, I'm going to be honest with you. what I want from this is just like, basically he was saying he wants like sneaky link vibes, and I was like, oh, I appreciate your honesty, but no thank you. Do you know how much heartbreak that possibly saved? What if I possibly like that guy, but all along he's just stringing me along for me to be his link, and then he's going to be linking with other girls outside of me? And it's like, that honesty saves so much heartache or turmoil that could have happened emotionally just by you being honest. Guys, if you want to just have sex with a girl, just be honest. And if she doesn't want to, keep it pushing. Don't now force and say please and beg. And it's like, no, no means no. Period. If she says no, on to the next thing. If you really want to get to know a girl, get to know her and do the things, and show. Actions speak louder than words. Do things that say, hey, this is me trying to get to know you, versus, hey, this is me doing something so that I could just get in your pants. That's not cute or attractive. Not for me, at least, like, at all. The minute I get that from a guy, that's a complete turn off, and I don't want to even get to know you anymore. I don't even want to extend that grace, or like offer you that, because like I know where this is going, so I'm not gonna take myself on that ride. I'm gonna get off on the first stop. Thank you. But men don't want to court you anymore. And when they, going back to me saying that they want to be chased, this is the time where a guy, like, he saw me, I saw him, and he saw me. Then he came and asked for my number. Cool. Then we would just text here and there, but he would already come up with excuses like, oh, I'm not good at texting, sorry for the late replies, yada yada yada. Excuses, that's another thing. This dating era is full of excuses. Sir, those excuses, save them for yourself, because I don't want to hear them. I already see what's going on, and I'm done. I'm already mentally checked out. Like, I'm done. But anyway, coming up with excuses, and then there was a time where he called. Well, he said he was gonna call, and he didn't call. But thank God I didn't wait for that call, because I knew it wasn't gonna happen. And yeah, like, it's like, you wanted me, but you are not showing me that. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two was with this other guy saying that he likes me, he wants me, and I'm like, okay. That's all I literally said is, okay. I'm not gonna tell you how to act if you like or want me. You have to show me that you like or want me. I remember he was a guy that I was with, well, not with, but like, he was a guy was spending time together. But guess where? At his place. What did he try to do? Have sex. What did I say? Nope, not happening. But after that, he was like, I was just like, no, I already saw like the vibe that you were on. Like, I'm not on that vibe. I'm really not on that vibe. I don't want you, sir. And then he was like, I want you, I like you. Still to this day, hasn't done a damn thing to show that he likes or wants me. He just bumps into me, greets me, and it's like, come to this place or whatever. And it's like, well, not come to this place, but like, it's like, not realistic things. Like, he was asking me to go to another province, and it's like, you haven't even taken me out on a date, and you want to get into my pants, and you want me to go to another province for you. You're a joke, man. I'm literally laughing. You're a joke. Oh my gosh. What other scenario can I give you? Oh, there was this other guy where he was cute and he was showing interest. He was so nice. I had high hopes. And then he was like, okay, I want to take you out. And I'm like, okay, cool. We had to postpone. Even the postponing, that pissed me off, because he said that he needed to do something, right? But he didn't tell me until I had to ask. But it's like, my guy, you want to take me out. You should be following up on plans you made. I'm not going to sniff that out for you. And I never texted, right, to on the postponed time, like, for, like, is the date still happening? Because like, why am I doing that? Again, that feels like chasing. I'm not going to do that. You asked me out, you are organizing the date, so you're supposed to be telling me everything. I feel like that's what it feels like to be led by a man. You're not leading, and I'm not going to follow where there's no lead. That's just doom and darkness, and why do I want to do that to myself? So no to that also. But he never followed up. To this day, there's never been another message after that to say, oh, sorry, or this is the situation. Like, nothing. He lives his life honky dory, and so do I. And I don't get mad, like angry at these guys. I just get very disappointed and annoyed, because I'm not gonna feed that too much energy or emotion, because like, you're not even my man, so I'm not gonna even spaz, you know? But yeah, oh, ish. Guys, a celebrity got in trouble for using the word spaz. Sorry, I didn't mean it in a derogatory way. What I meant is like, I'm not gonna go crazy on someone that's not my man. But anyway, yeah, they don't want to court anymore. They don't want to pursue you anymore. They want to be chased. And men these days are so sassy, and I feel like they're in their feminine. I'm gonna talk in terms of energy, because if I step into the realm of gender, oh my gosh, I might even get cancelled before I even started setting the world ablaze in a good way. But I feel like men these days are so much in their feminine energy, because I feel like there's two energies that exist in people. There's the masculine and the feminine. And then in men, well, in what I would consider a man, is somebody who is more in their masculine than in their feminine, but also knows when to tap into that feminine side and like go about it, you know? And then a woman um is like where they in their feminine, mostly in their feminine, and you are less in your masculine. And yes, I know you can have women who are more in their masculine than their feminine, like studs, or you can have more people that are just in more men, or not more men, but you can have men that are in their feminine, more in their feminine than in their masculine. Whew, that was kind of a tongue twister, but anyway, I just feel as though that's the issue, is that men are now more in their feminine and women maybe are more in their masculine, or refuse the, well, yeah, maybe, or hyper independent, because I feel like shame hyper independence has been forced on us women, because it's like, you guys are good for nothing, I might as well just do it myself. But also understand, ladies, that when the right guy comes along, she should be able to allow you to be in that feminine, to be that soft nice lady, yeah, in whatever way that may mean to you, whatever nice soft lady means to you. Yeah. But men are so sassy and in their feminine, it's like they forget how to be the kind of man in the relationship, and they think that they're the prize, and they're not. Women, you're the prize. Men, women are the prize. And I feel as though, because those energies have been switched, it's like there's a lot of head butting, or it's like a feminine, you can't have, I feel as though you can't have, I feel like, in a relationship, those two energies have to exist separately but together. So you have to have a masculine and you have to have a feminine, and then they come together in that relationship to like do a yin and yang situation. There's like that synergy, and then there's just the flow, right? Versus if there's like masculine and masculine, it's gonna be like a headbutt. Same with feminine and feminine. I feel like there's just no like this. For listeners, I'm busy like intertwining my fingers. So when I say there's no this, I mean there's no like, there's no interconnection, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's just there's just banna ba fedile. Banna ba fedile. For those who don't speak the Sepedi language, that translates to men are finished. That's the dating. Let's summarize this like that. Men are finished. there's just there's just there's just nobody worthy. And for me, it's gotten to the point where I've been like so exhausted with the kind of people that approach me. Actually, before I get to that, let me just also say I've experienced some very nice gentlemen, and I thank God for that, because it shows me that good people aren't finished. But unfortunately, those people weren't for me, and I'm not gonna be with someone that's not for me just because you're good and the good is rare. And it's like, no, let me not do that. Let me not rob somebody else of their person because I want to be with them for the sake of being with a good person. But unfortunately, those people weren't for me, and I'm not going to be with someone that's not for me just because you're good and the good is rare. And it's like, no, let me not do that. Let me not rob somebody else of their person because I want to be with them for the sake of being with a good person. But I've experienced gentlemen, but they're just not my kind of people. And also, like, another thing that I've experienced is like, a lot of men put persistence in people that don't want them. And it's like, I don't understand why you torture yourselves like that. Because it's like, you can tell that the person doesn't want you, or you've been told directly that I don't want you, sir. Yet you think you can spin a block, but it's like, there's no block to spin on. So stop doing that. Stop being persistent in the wrong places, okay? Or to the wrong people. Be persistent in the person that wants you back, that wants you too, you know? Want someone that wants you too. Unrequited love is not fun. So don't do that to yourself. But I kind of forgot what I was gonna say before that. I hope it wasn't a very important point, but we're just gonna pretend like I never said it. But yeah, in a nutshell, I feel as though that's what dating is like in this day and age. I think this is what I wanted to get to. Oh yeah. I've been so exhausted with men of how the majority has approached me and how the minority just don't feel like my kind of people. There's always, in my case, I feel a misalignment. And also, to be fair, this entire year, I really did not want to be in a relationship because I was and still am in my selfish era. Like, I'm just all about me. I'm in my little bubble focusing on me because I would rather that than have to focus and think of somebody like romantically right now, especially like men. The faith for them is just like decreasing every day based off of experiences that people around me have, and maybe even my own, because there's just some of them there's just like a reason where I'm just like, thank you God I'm single. I'm enjoying my season of singleness, but I wouldn't mind a good man who's my kind of person and whose person I am for them. I don't know if that's the right English, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Um, I've been so sick of men these days, which is, let me finish my thought. I've been so sick of men these days that after giving my love life to God, I was also like to the Lord, like, you know what? I have so much love in me that I just don't want to give it to just guy after guy after guy. So, with these people not feeling like my people, the good people, the very few men that are actually good are not my people, and with the rest of them that are just a hot mess, a hot mess, I just feel as though save me for my person, and that person, if it's in God's will for me to get married, that person be my future husband. Because it's like, rather that, I would rather wait for him than just deal with all of this stuff. Now that doesn't mean I don't go on dates and stuff, because how else will I know? How else would I find my soulmate? God is not going to put him at my doorstep unless he wants to, but I don't think that's like likely. So I just need to go and experience people and find out, you know? But yeah, that's just where I'm at with this whole dating game. I'm just chilling. I'm single until I see someone that I feel as though, this might sound very like sassy and princessy of me, but I really don't care. But I'm gonna stay single until the dating game is this. I'm gonna stay single until I see someone worthy of being my boyfriend, and until God shows me that that person is my husband. So I'm gonna be single until somebody's worthy of being in a relationship, or God shows me that's my husband. That's it. That's how I feel about that, because I feel like this is just dating right now is it's cap for me. It's cap. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. Especially because cheating and things like that is at an all-time high. No, thank you. Like, no, thank you. The one thing I've realized these past couple of months is that people cheat. Oh my gosh. And when I say people, I mean mostly men. You guys cheat. Your people in marriages of 10 years that are busy cheating with younger girls. People are cheating on their girlfriends. Like, you're cheating because you lack self-control and you're greedy. But anyway, that's for a man to talk to you about, like a proper man to talk to you about, because there's nothing more I can tell you other than you're a dickhead for doing that. Sorry for swearing, but like, I had to say that you're a dickhead for cheating. And I hope you get cheated on so you get hurt too. Sorry, I actually don't mean that. I'm trying to let's I take that back. But you reap what you sow. Yeah, that's just what dating has been like for me. I'm just so not I'm so uninterested in dating in this day and age. It's like, it's actually scary. It's scarier to date than be single. Like, no. So yeah, that's my take on dating in this Gen Z era of love, in quotes. Some people, for those of you that are blessed and experience good people. God bless all of you good people, good single people. I hope you find your good people too. And for those in relationships, good ones, God bless your relationships as well so that they may continue to thrive and not be disturbed by the enemy and his tactics. Because my goodness, the enemy is running through this earth like a rabbit. Gosh. But one thing, a piece of advice before we end this off, a piece of advice I'd like to give is the fact that in this life thing, actually, give it to God. Like, life is so much better because I feel like I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to think sometimes because it's just like it's in God's perfect hands. God will deal with it, He'll sort it out. God will guide me into making the right choices. I'm not saying my life is perfect because it's really not. At the end of the day, I'm my own person and I make the choices in my life. But I'm choosing to leave it in God's hands and just to be like, Lord, here you go. Or if somebody comes in my life, I pray for discernment more than anything. That I think is what we'll end it off on. Discernment. Pray for that because I know from the minute I sit down with someone and they start speaking to me, the words that come out of my mouth tell me all that I need to know about what's going on in here. I'm pointing to the head for the listeners, and in here, I'm pointing to the heart for the listeners. So, yeah, if I feel that immediately something is just off after I've given it a chance has been given. So you can't say I didn't give a chance. And I'm not going to go in there with a hard head. I'm going to be going in there open minded, hoping for the best. But then if the best is not shown, then sorry, I'm not going to continue anymore. On to the next. Thank you. But yeah, pray for discernment, give it to God. Everything is better in God's hands. He's perfect. Why wouldn't you want to put it in his perfect hands? I'm imperfect. If it's in my hands, again, the reason why I gave my love life to God, it was in my hands. What happened? It was in shambles. And then what happened after I gave it to him? My love life has been so peaceful. It has been so peaceful. Some moments have been cute, some moments have been not cute. Like, I've had to break up with people. I've had to tell people certain things. Like, it's definitely, it's been a ride, but not crazy. It's been peaceful, You still go through things, but like peacefully. I don't know how to explain it. God gives you a peace that transcends all understanding. And I don't know how to explain it in a way that understands, but I'm just saying life is peaceful over here in God's hands. So put it there. But yeah, ladies, are you okay? For the people that have been hurting you, I hope you're okay. And I hope things get better for you. God bless you and your love lives and your lives and you. And I hope that we can do better for ourselves in whatever way we can, because dealing with people is literally like life's gamble, because you don't know what kind of people are. Some people can be fake, some people are real, some people are this, some people are that. But ladies, I hope you find your Prince Charming. I still believe that there's a Prince Charming. Because, another thing I want to say is God's love. The way God loves me, that's the standard. Period. Nothing is impossible with God. So it's like, that's the standard. If the guy is not doing anything that feels like that, no, thank you. I am good. Because it's like, God got me. And if you don't got me in a way like that, why do I need you? I don't. On to the next. So, yeah, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. That is all the time that we have. Ladies, all the best in this dating era of ours as Gen Zs and whatnot. Fellas, do better, because y'all always seem to be the damn problem. Uh but yeah, I love you all. Jesus loves you too. Besitos. Goodbye.